Hey guys, just wanted to do a short video. I'm going to try not to make it very long. I've said that before though, haven't I? Anyway, just something that I taught in Sunday school today that I thought was really neat. I had actually done a little bit of math to be able to bring a point across and during Sunday school, and I thought it was actually really cool. So I wanted just to share it. If I can hold this phone still, that would be great, wouldn't it? What I was brought up in Sunday school, want y'all to think of, like, whenever you hear somebody say that you need to repent of your sin, or whenever, like, you read in the Bible where God, where David had said, God, search my heart, know my thoughts, point out anything in me that offends you, and lead me along the path of everlasting life. We as Christians know that going to heaven is a journey. You don't just say a prayer one day and that's the end of your relationship with God. That's as far as you go. No, there are so many levels and layers of your relationship with God, and this life is to just get as close to Him as we possibly can. That's why He sent Jesus and to die for our sins and to make atonement for us, so that way we could have a relationship with Him here and in heaven, not just in heaven. This life isn't where we get to sow all of our wild oats before we go to heaven. That's stupid. This is where we trudge through the mud to go and seek Him out. And something that I found very interesting, that I was looking up, and I got to thinking, just random thought that God put in my head, and got me to searching some numbers online and doing some math myself. So I got to thinking about $1 billion. That's a lot of money. A lot of money. But $1 billion. So if somebody came to you with $1 billion and was going to give it to you, no strings attached, no taxes, no nothing like that, straight up $1 billion, yours for the taking, would you take it? Yes, I would take it. I would absolutely take it. Yay, pick me, kind of thing. If the stipulation was that to get it, it had to come in dollar bills, would you still take $1 billion, even if it was in dollar bills? Yeah, it's $1 billion. I don't care how it comes. That's my thought anyway. Billion. I mean, I don't care. You can send it in $1 billion bill if they even exist. $5 bills, $1 bills, it don't matter. It's $1 billion. You could do the same thing with it. So, of course, everybody in my Sunday school was like, yes, we will still take the $1 billion. I even, studying for this lesson was like, yes, I will still take the $1 billion. I don't care if it comes in dollar bills. And I got to looking at some other stuff that I'll get to. But so, what if one more stipulation was that, to be able to keep the $1 billion, you had to fit that money in your house, which would be very difficult, but let me give you the numbers to tell you why. So $1 billion in $1 bills, of course that's 1 billion $1 bills, that many $1 bills would fill the Superdome. I don't know about y'all, but my house is not as big as the Superdome. But what if somebody put the stipulation that you had to fit that in your house? I know what I would be doing. I would be throwing everything that is up in this house out somewhere, even, I don't care, get it out, because I can get some new stuff later. We're getting this, we're getting this $1 billion in here. I don't care if I got to, liquefy it. It's going to get in this house. Even though trying to fit that volume of money that would fill a Superdome inside my house would probably not work, I would try. I don't know about you. I'm sure everybody else would try. You would try everything. Throw everything out. Get it out. We're going to try. We'll stuff it everywhere. So yeah, that's what I would be doing. We'll be just throwing it out. I asked, which would be completely impossible, I know, but I then took it to even further and said, well, if the stipulation was you had to take it in pennies, would you still take the $1 billion in pennies? I don't care if it comes in pennies. I'll still take the $1 billion in pennies. $1 billion in pennies. And then get my nice little number out here because it is a lot of darn pennies, let me tell you. It's 100 billion pennies. It's real simple math, but it's 100 billion pennies. That's a booty load of pennies, okay? That's a lot of pennies. To give you a visual of how many pennies that is, $1 billion in pennies would fill 33,300,000 2-liter bottles. That's a lot of Coke bottles. A lot of Coke bottles, a lot of heavy Coke bottles. I was gonna do the math on how much that would weigh and stuff, but it don't matter. But anyway, so that's a lot of darn pennies. But even if they said you had to fit that in your house, 33 million Coke bottles. I don't think it's not possible to fit that many. And not in my house. I mean, if you have some major mansion house, maybe you could get it in there. Your house probably wouldn't stand the weight of it. It'd probably collapse. But I would try. Definitely. Because if I could fit it in there, if the house collapses, but I got it in there anyway, I would have $1 billion and I'd just build a new house, just whatever. Well, this is something that a real easy concept or simple concept that God just kind of dropped in me when he dropped this idea of questioning this value thing with money. So, if we're gonna, because I know I would clear my house out and fit, at least try to fit those dollar bills up in here. And that way, yes, I'm gonna get the $1 billion and I'll fit it in here somehow. I will stick it in the air ducts. I don't care. It is coming. And then he just did something, said something really simple to me. I know that whenever God has to reprimand me or correct me lovingly, he always lovingly corrects me. But when he does correct me, or when I want to get closer to him, and my fear is always, but you're going to find something that's dirty. You're going to find something you don't like. You're going to find something I don't want you to see. Even though God sees everything. I don't know about anybody else, but I know with me that is something I don't want him to see. Even though I know it. You're talking about the love of your soul. The most amazing, loving daddy you will ever have, and you don't want to have to show him that stuff. You just wish it wasn't there. Just, can it disappear? Can it just go away and I'll never have to bring it before you, because I don't want you to see this. I don't want you to have to look at me and see this mess. And something that God, kind of dropped in me was, listen, baby, think about that. Think about that $1 billion, and think about what you would do to clean your house out to get it. It's not like you're, yes, you're going to have dirty laundry and you're going to have, messes and trash and everything else that you're throwing out of that house. Who cares? You're getting it out so you can get something more valuable in there. And God just kind of gave me that picture of, listen, am I not more valuable than $1 billion? Absolutely, Daddy, you are. Absolutely. There is no measure to your value. And then it was like, if you'll clean your house out and throw your trash and throw your dirt in front of everybody to see, to come and try to fit $1 billion in your house, why won't you do that for me? And it was just like, absolutely. God is not asking us to be ashamed in front of the whole world. He's not asking us to lay our dirt out and to open up ourselves and just to lay all the crap out in front of everybody. That way we can be ridiculed. That way we can feel ashamed. He's asking us to clean our house out, to fit something very valuable in it. God says in his word, he doesn't share lordship. It says very clear in the Bible, you can't serve God and man or money. I mean, I just went blank on the word, but you can't serve two masters. God doesn't share dwelling. Either you serve him or you don't. There's no hot or cold. And that's what he kind of brought. If you're going to serve me, and you want me. You want me to come. You all, we all want his blessings. We all want his goodness. And we claim we serve him, but if we truly want to serve him, we have to give our lives to him and let him come dwell with us. That's living with him. Come and dwell with me. And to sit and to think, to sit after he said that and to think of how instantly I answered that question of absolutely. I would clean my house out to fit $1 billion in here. That way I could keep it. And he said to me, the reason you have to clean your house out is because I'm not going to share with anyone else. If you're mine, you're mine. I will not be a part of, I'm not going to dwell with you if you don't get rid of stuff I'm not going to be around. God's not going to dwell with sin. It's not going to happen. We pick him or we pick sin. It's that simple. Just like with a husband and a wife, either, you pick that person or you don't. Cheating shouldn't be an option. It's not supposed to be an option. Either you're faithful to them or you don't, or you're not. There's no in between. You can't be faithful and have, your other woman on the other side. That's not faithful. Either you're faithful or you're not. And so that's kind of the idea God dropped in me. If I'm more valuable than $1 billion and you're willing to clean everything out of your house to fit $1 billion in there so you can keep it, am I not valuable enough for you to clean your house out for me? It's a really simple concept. And like I say in a lot of my stuff when I'm talking, God hits me with simple concepts all the time. And sometimes I'm repeating to people and you get that, yeah, duh look. And it's like, yeah, okay, I may be a little slower than everybody else at getting some of this stuff. But it's cool to me. It's cool when God, especially when God connects it to like an object lesson kind of thing for me. I love it. But anyway, just think about that. Who are you serving? Is your God worth? Is he worth less, or is he worth worth everything? And you need to decide, because if he's not worth something to you and you're not gonna clean your house out for him, then who are you really serving?